Hi everybody, and welcome back to the third video on our FTC Crash Course Awards and Judging series. Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about the FTC Motivate Award. In today's video, we're going to be covering the first official criteria and overview for the Motivate Award, along with how you can demonstrate the impact of your outreach to the judges. We're going to cover examples of impactful outreach, and we're going to end with some ways you can start working towards the Motivate Award within your team. To start off, we're going to read through what first defines the winner of the Motivate Award as. This team embraces the culture of FIRST and clearly shows what it means to be a team. This judged award celebrates the team that represents the essence of the First Tech Challenge competition through team building, team spirit, and displayed enthusiasm. This is a team who makes a collective effort to make FIRST known throughout their school and community, and sparks others to embrace the culture of FIRST. In the simplest of terms, the Motivate Award is reserved for a team who makes sizable and documented impact within their community. The award targets a team who is able to bring people into FIRST programs and/or a team who strengthens their surrounding FIRST community and progression of programs. Now that we've covered the overall overview of the Motivate Award, we're going to be going through first official criteria for the Motivate Award. The first criteria for the Motivate Award is that the winning team must show respect and gracious professionalism to everyone they meet at a First Tech Challenge event. This requirement is the baseline for all FTC awards. Gracious professionalism is the cornerstone of FIRST participation, and in order for you to be a model team, you need to exemplify this trait for any FTC award. And for anyone who isn't familiar with the term gracious professionalism, it basically means that teams are willing to help others even though they're in a competitive setting and will likely be competing with them throughout the tournament. The next official criteria for the Motivate Award is that the team must submit an engineering notebook. The engineering notebook must include a team plan which could describe their future goals and the steps they will take to reach those goals. This second criteria requires you to have a well put together and structured team plan that lists your team's collective goals for fundraising, sustainability, timelines, outreach, and community service. The team plan is newly added for the Motivate Award, but is a strong requirement for the Motivate and Connect awards. Additionally, to help you guys plan out and execute your team plan, we're going to be publishing future videos to help you through that process and describe what should a good team plan look like and what's going to get you competitive for these awards. The next requirement for the FTC Motivate Award is that the team must be an ambassador for FIRST programs. Although this requirement for the FTC Motivate Award is moderately vague, it actually encompasses a very large part of the award. It reflects the initial requirement of adhering to gracious professionalism standards, but it also represents the fact that teams are looked on to strengthen their own FIRST community and be models for other teams. The fourth requirement of the Motivate Award is that the team can clearly show the successful recruitment of new teams, mentors, coaches, and volunteers who are not already active within the STEM community. Perhaps the single most essential criteria for the Motivate Award is recruitment. FIRST puts a strong emphasis on teams that can show a documented growth within participation within their FIRST and STEM community. Working towards bringing newcomers into the FIRST and STEM community shows that your team has a passion for FIRST that you wish to spread with people who have never even heard of the program before. One of the last major requirements for the Motivate Award is that the team can explain the individual contributions of each team member and how these apply to the overall success of the team. For the Motivate Award, judges wish to see a team who is built of equally contributing pieces and that each one of those components functions within the team. Showing off team cooperations is often done within the team plan and team bios, where each member's role is clearly listed within those sections. Additionally, having everyone on your team participate within the FTC judge presentation goes a long way for fulfilling this requirement, as that presentation is often one of the only times the judges will get to see your team, and if each member is equally contributing to that presentation, it's pretty hard to discount this requirement. Although this last item isn't strictly required for the Motivate Award, it's strongly recommended by FIRST, and that is that the team shows a creative approach to materials that market their team in FIRST. Strong team marketing is strongly recommended by FIRST for the Motivate Award. Strong marketing sets you apart from the competition and shows to the judges that you take your team's brand seriously when conducting yourself both in competition and when reaching out into your community. Additionally, having good marketing sets you apart from other teams in the judging room and will make you much more memorable for the judges when deliberation time comes at the end of the day, so that they'll remember your team's presentation and material better. Now that we've gone through all the recommendations and requirements for the Motivate Award, we're going to be going through examples of how teams have been successful at reaching out into their community and being successful in winning the Motivate Award. One of the most basic and most common examples of FTC outreach is participation at public community events. This participation often includes setting up at a booth and demonstrating first to a large audience throughout your time at the event. The goal of these events is to spread awareness of FIRST programs and potentially bring people into the program through recruitment. STEM-focused events are a great place to showcase your team and FIRST, as the audience is already looking for STEM engagement and are more likely to join a FIRST program. This type of outreach can be achieved in multiple ways depending on what resources your team has available. For example, many school-based teams do this by demonstrating their team at school networking events and bringing people into their team or program that already attend their school. The second big thing teams do to make themselves competitive for the Motivate Award is strengthening their FIRST community. Most teams look to strengthen their FIRST community by volunteering their time at FIRST events like competitions, kickoffs, or other celebrations, coming from any of the FIRST programs. Typically, the more involved you get with the planning or execution of each event, the more meaningful the impact becomes to those participating within it. Showing that you care enough about the FIRST community to take time out of your team schedule to help other FIRST teams goes a long way with the Motivate Award. It's important to understand that neither of these examples are the right answer or best fit for any one team. Each team has to assess how they feel they can contribute to their community and how much time you're willing to put in. Now that we've talked about how you can impact your community and enhance your material for the Motivate Award, we wanted to talk about how you can demonstrate this impact in the judging room and within your engineering notebook. One of the most important aspects of showing judges how you were able to impact your community and bring people into STEM is through documentation. Documenting your team's outreach is extremely important, considering that pictures and in-depth descriptions are the only pieces of evidence judges have to prove the impact that you've claimed to make within your presentation. Your team's specific communal impact should also be demonstrated within the allotted time of your judged presentation. Judges are expecting to hear everything about your team, ranging anywhere from technical to non-technical. Taking from your documentation, numbers and data should be used to give judges a quantifiable and reasonable idea of the extent of your impact. Examples of data you could collect are hours working on outreach, people talked to or interacted with during an event, or how many events you've contributed to. Typically, very strong teams will include all three of these data sources and innovate on new ways that can collect data and see how well they are impacting their community. And that is going to be the end of our video, but before we go, we're going to end with some first steps that you can start working on right away to help you be more competitive for the Motivate Award when you get to your first competition. One of the first things you can do to start is assess your team's resources. Start to look into how you can use the resources around you or your team to help you reach out into your community or provide for your FIRST community. Second, find something your whole team is willing to participate in. To demonstrate that your team is involved within the community, your entire team should be on the same page on how they wish to grow their community. And third, one of the most important things you can do is to start documenting. Having evidence of your impact from the very beginning helps judges see the impact your team has made and will leave you better off when it comes time for the competition season, so you're not trying to make up for that later and you already have it. And that is going to be the end of our video, so if you learned something, make sure to stay tuned for all of our other FTC Crash Course Awards and Judging videos, or check out some of our other series. We've got some great videos on programming and design you should definitely check out. And with that, we'll see you next week.